Zika special. This is something Zika has played a lot of games on in the past. He's played 3 games to get themselves wins on the board and playing according to their composition.
TT have been a very weird team to watch because they have had those games that were very 2020 Rogue Warriors-esque, where Xiao's played Azir and he's played some of the most quirky games. Those aren't the most proactive champions. So Biubiu goes in.
Oh, we've got a stun. We've got an ulti. We've got a bit of a fight on our hands. Xiaopeng the target, but Hextech ultimatum times out, and now Twyla's here. Onslaught, Shadows, and Shockwave both whiff. And it could be the horse in trouble, but Meteor first one to go down. A second onslaught goes through as it's an onslaught onto the BLG players. Biubiu about to fall, but he survives the triumph for the heal. And now Zika chasing down Twyla. It's going to be more recently. There's been a little bit more of the downsides to the volatility. Team fight on our hands. Both TPs coming as Jway starts the fight, but is Zika on the backline kind of caught? Here we go. Hextech ultimatum, the Shockwave as well. And it's pure chaos on our screens, but BLG seem to be winning it out. In comes Galio, slamming across the squad, and everyone's put to sleep. The lullaby here, singing a song to victory as BLG 2-4 now on the scoreboard. They should be able to... They managed to grab the Drake for themselves as well. I don't know if they can find anything
For me, if it is that chaotic, it's definitely going to favor, as I'm going to pause Munchables, to Xiaopeng.
Yeah. They are really trying to get Biubiu down, and they might just be able to do it. The hookshot wall dive stun comes onto Xiaopeng. Biubiu, you know, trying to do as much damage as he can before he's taken down, but Xiaopeng gets the kill. It will be traded on the bottom side as BLG will be here to grab the tower. That'll be the first tower of the game in favor of BLG. The question is, can they find anything else off of it? The recall come through from Teen. Tim and Samdi will back away and aiming. Feeling confident here because Dre was channeling the Hex Splash. They're not quite going to go for the dive just yet, but Meteor's still sticking around on that bottom side. Xiaopeng trying to trade this tower, but they don't quite have the damage just yet. They're going to commit to this one as they take a few tower shots for it, but will finally get that objective.
I'm glad that BLG decided to just look to reset instead of going for that dive, because when they got first turret so much faster than TT were able to respond, they definitely should be coming onto the map with tempo advantage. If they waste those big cooldowns on Jway or Biubiu like last fight, TT just don't have enough DPS to win out.
Xiaopeng blast cones into the entire enemy team, but he's got his ulti to get to safety. But that was one of the big tools they need for this fight. That'll be on cooldown now. Zika knocked back. Great explosive cast. It isolates Teen and forces him away, but Jway is the first casualty regardless. TT managing to stay group. We said they want the front to back, and that's exactly what they found, because Biubiu is on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, Biubiu's TP's actually just coming up right now. It did just come up. Wasn't able to join in on the fight. I like TT calling his bluff. Must have been tracking that summoner very well, but it actually doesn't matter. BLG were able to hold off 4v5 and chunk TT's health bars low enough where, despite having numbers advantage, they lose the dragon.
Yep, so they managed to have their cake and eat it, where they as well. That Herald now finally being dropped from Xiaopeng. It's going to go into the mid lane here, but a team fight to ensue, and in flies Biubiu on Sam D. Galio slams down, but he's too late to save the AD carry. Shockwave across the team, but BLG are winning out the fight. Meteor in, the 3-man sleep. Everybody escaping, but they slumber before they go, and Twyla will fall to the feathers. Coming out from aiming, Xiaopeng trying to gallop away to safety. He hops over the wall and will escape. And luckily, he's been practicing his oh no, Biubiu. Come on, man.
Doesn't go for it, Munchables. So sad to see. But at the same time, BLG are going to be able to secure this Baron. You should expect them to instantly turn bot side, also get the next dragon as well. It's going to put them on soul point and benefiting so much off a massive play from Jway, and also just really good vision control. Because you look at the bottom side river, it's completely lit up with BLG's wards.
I think Joy, one of the exciting rookies coming in this year as well. Actually, that's one of the things we didn't really mention at the start, is both supports exciting rookies stepping into the LPL. It's in for Xayah. So his burst damage, his sustained damage are both going to be nuts in these fights. Zika using this Baron to try and pressure on the bottom side. He's being collapsed upon by TT. Here's this Silas, so maybe can just get away anyway. And in the meantime, we've got BLG in the mid lane that'll just quite happily take a tier 2. And over on the top side of the map as well, Biubiu is still pushing away. Zika, he's just baiting him. He's just buying so much time for his teammate.
To be fair to TT, I do think they are making the correct call in the sense that the cask from Chalitza worst case and keep them at arm's length.
Oh, well, he's got the onslaught shadows as he goes in here. Knock-up coming through onto Chalitza, who has to flash away. Taunt comes through, though. Jue, the target for now. Knocked back into the rest of the team as BLG start things off. But you can't knock the Alistair, and he cannot be the target. He's completely invincible. Shockwave, though, and onslaught shadows. That's the combo, but it's just not good enough. BLG still surviving, and Bew is on the flank. Jumps in with the knock-up onto Twyla, and you're not going anywhere, Miss Clockwork, because Hexwork is better. And now, into the bot lane they go. Sam D jumping back into the fray, but the heal keeps everybody alive. Aiming still has his ulti, and Chalitza doesn't have the damage. Meteor barely survives, but barely is good enough for BLG. Onto the Nexus towers they go with a dominant teamfight win.
Playing through the superior solo laners and side lane pressures with BLG, completely dominating this game against TT. You love to see it, Munch. These are the wins that we're saying BLG needs to secure, and it's the potential that BLG have shown us.
LPL. He went from the guy that plays Zillion and Cassiopeia and Lulu, and then this split, he started slamming the Renekton in mid and looking good while doing it. Now he's going to play this Nocturne. I don't think Chalitza has really any reason to move too far up, but he's going to cancel the recall, Chalitza. Going a little aggressive as Bew's trying to bait it. Will be able to knock the Aatrox back, but he jumps into the sweet spot. Bew walks away with his life, though. Chalitza forced to flash. Will dash away, but Meteor still cuts him down. That's a beautiful little gank from Meteor. Hang on a second here.
He's dead, Munchables.
I don't have time to talk about this because Bew's going in, and the knockback comes through from the horse, either rampaging on through as Bew should be able to pick up the killing blow on this one. And suddenly things don't look so hot for Chalitza. Played from TT.
And it's good to see, right? When we said, hey, they're the team that needs to get things going. They need to be the one to snowball. Stacking Drakes is early.
Yeah, but TT were playing towards that bottom side to try and go for the Drake, so won't be able to punish him in the top side. Here we go, though, and look at the all-in. There's nothing you can do, Zika. Maybe shouldn't have gone for the flash, because with the Gragas flying in and Twyla following suit.
A Meteor. Maybe Zika feeling confident because Jue was almost there. He was right in the wings, but not there fast enough.
I love that Bew is happy to just walk up to the layer and get a few hits in. It's going to be put to sleep. Flashes over the wall. Look at the triple knock-up. And in goes the horsey, scaring them all to death. Twyla trying to fight for this one, though. He's got a bit of sustain in his kit. Real good for BLG. With that Herald still in their pockets, they've got 3 minutes to use that onto a tower, get some extra plates going. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them go top with that, but it's going to be the enemy that goes top for now. The sleep comes through him. Nothing but power slams on the side of TT as he's just going on, and Sam D suddenly realizing what's going on as well because Drake comes in. Good flash from Sam D. Is it enough, though? Knocked back in and should be cut down by the onslaught of shadows from Meteor to finish that kill off. Now to the bottom side they go. They'll be able to finish these plates off, and there's a Herald in the pocket of Meteor. They could maybe finish the tower.
Ultimately, this cross map benefits them so much. Even if they didn't have this Herald, right? They get a kill onto their strong AD carry. They will be able to get Dragon off of this, which is respawning now. And Bew understood the play. Bew backed off. TT would have gotten nothing off of this. And it just feels like such a big oversight coming out from TT.
And now Drake should be going for the side of BLG as well. Like, the only thing required from Bew there was just don't die. Just don't TP in and die to the 3v1. Just don't do it. Here we go. Over to the mid lane. It is as the knockback comes through. The fear is there, and it's a beautiful combo onto Zika. That's 2 now on the checkbox. How many times can they pull off the same combo onto Zika? They're looking for aiming this time as he flashes over, but it's followed by the Slumber Slam. But aiming still survives, and Xiaopeng's gone too deep. Punished for this one as one more auto goes through, and aiming finds himself the kill. Now Meteor wants a little bit more as he goes towards Twilight, but Teen, that was a beautiful body slam to save his mid. As well that we're consistently seeing this build from the Nocturne mid. That we've seen like sort of sneaking into the meta somehow, but also it's so consistent with the way that this is being played. This is not Assassin Nocturne that you would expect. That maybe has been happening a lot in the scrims as Twyla is going to have his own ankles broken. He doesn't even have ankles, and they're somehow breaking them regardless. Twyla goes down, Bew gets another kill.
Really nice coming out from them, and you know, going back to that, I do think can make a difference. And Sam D is dead.
Oh my God. Sam D doesn't get to play the game. What do when Alistair and Hecarim just fly out from your jungle and just jump in onto you? There's really no counterplay to that kind of engage. Xiaopeng is about to find a play that he can't counter either. He's going to be able to do his Krugs. He'll be fine. Dodges the shock blast. But BLG, I love this from BLG. Pushing their advantage, stepping further and further forwards. You're going to commit to this. The sleep comes through. TP is here. Teen looking to make the play. Knocks him back in. Twyla's here as well. And suddenly TT are outnumbering, but they're all feared. And everyone arriving from BLG. Health bar still going low, though. And I think TT have managed to find the fight. 2 kills already as Meteor gallops away. Aiming still surviving.
Really nice recognition coming from them being like, hey, and, you know, chunking out Jway and chunking out, I think it was Bubu, being able to finish off those kills.
All right, Meteor comes in, gets the knockout, and Xiaopeng is gone. Meteor is so huge in this game. He's already got 2 items, and Chalitza not long for this world, no matter how much he wants it to end. He'll go down to the final rampage and pings towards the Drake here for BLG as they are just in complete control. Even with that little turnaround play we saw from TT, this is still very much BLG's game.
Oh, wow, Meteor.
Oh, he goes. He's not stopping anytime soon, but Twyla wants to punish him for it, but doesn't matter because Alistair's here. Knocked up, pushed away from the fight. Go back under the tower, TT. You don't get to play this one.
You know, even though Dragon makes the most sense, I would have loved to see BLG just coordinate that mid-wave push before Meteor ulted, and then just dive that mid-turret, take that one first, and then transition to the Drake. But you know, Munchables, we can get more kills later because BLG already 5k gold ahead.
They have been ready to follow up so far this game. Twyla trying to contest a little bit and get some vision. They want to pull the trigger. TT, do not say die, but the TP behind Twyla. He's gone too deep. He tried to force the play, flashes over the wall. But his jungler has been caught out in the meantime. The gravity well guarantees the kill as the fear goes through. You don't get to win that 1v1. Aiming's too big. You don't have the health. Teen body slams over the wall. Spin around, says Sam D, but the Beyblade ain't good enough today. They were banned from my primary school, and they're banned from this game as well. 15-5, and it'll be Baron for BLG.
You don't need to bait the Baron if TT's jungler just walks into the river where you have no prio, no vision, and no control for you. Gets chunked down super low, and that was just too easy for BLG, right? Bubu comes in on the flank, they're completely surrounded. I love that you highlight Twyla's ultimate being a little bit XD, and now, nice Baron for BLG.
Yeah, Twyla on like 200 HP is like, bring it on, aiming 1v. Well, it's looking like group up is the play. Aside from Meteor, who's going to be in that mid lane, just making sure the Baron is used effectively here, because he can always gallop on over. Xiaopeng taking a massive hit to the face with the shock blast. And they can do this all day. They've got a Jace.
I mean,
Jace is so good in these situations. So is Victor. So is Kai'Sa. The W from Kai'Sa not to be sniffed at. And then you just have Meteor off in the mid lane, trying to push in the meantime.
We highlighted how this is what BLG's comp wants to do even before the Baron. Like, they want the ARAMs. They want to stare at you fighting over mid-wave. They thrive in those scenarios. Everyone has an ability where they can siege you down. They should be able to get this, and TT need to look for the engage. It's their only chance.
Well, it's Meteor threatening to engage himself. Here we go. Sleep onto 3. Can they make it happen? TT going in on the front line, but the fear across everyone puts the fear of God in him. In goes aiming, spinning around, and he's going to get one for himself. A bit of healing coming through. Flashes into the fray, but he's taken down finally. As he's aiming to get it. It was Sam D trying to pop off, but it just wasn't enough. They do manage to get 3 kills, though. Meteor galloping around. It's 3 versus 2. And aiming will be knocked up, will be CC'd, will be taken down. Takes one with him. But it's a fight win, ultimately, for TT.
I mean, the thing I really love that TT did is their coordination.
Key to the play to make sure that Meteor can finish this Drake off with the smite. And it's a sad day for TT, as even though they technically won that fight, they couldn't ruin the KDA of Meteor. Xiaopeng takes half of his health away. Meteor threatening the dive, but they don't actually have to dive this one. They're just going to be able to pressure and finish the tower.
But now they're just ping-ponging, but are going to find a way to get into the river. I like the zoning coming out from Jway, but TT don't care. They want to be aggressive.
Bubu's on a flank at the same time, though. 4v5 here as Bubu comes in on the top side. Xiaopeng just doesn't get to play League of Legends today. Team flashes out. Xiaopeng is live as well. Nobody going down from TT just yet. As Chalitza on the front line. Sam D Builds up those stacks, uses the ulti, but nobody's nearby. In comes aiming to make the play. Sam D will be finished off as he's knocked up. Double kill for aiming in the bottom lane as Meteor chasing down onto Twyla. It's a fast horsey, but you can't kill the Shadow. Now into the mid lane they go. They'll finally get themselves an in-hit.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just look to push for the end. Only 3 members up on the side of TT. No AD carry. They are all melee members. It will be hard for them to clear the wave.
And they've even got Jaisal available to do it with as well. Oh, this is a good knock-up from the barrel. Can they finish anybody off? BLG taking a fair few turret shots there, and Teen scattering that wave stops the opportunity. Now respawns can come through. Teen holding the game. 3. Drake going to be coming up, as you say, in 20 seconds time, and BLG had plenty of time to reset and get back on the map. Bew TPing behind the enemy team. The fear across the squad again. Is Sam D caught out? Twyla goes in, but it's too late. And the barrel does a whole heap of nothing. BLG can just charge down the mid lane, and I think this one's donezo, Lyric.
I mean, unless Xiaopeng can create magic with his ultimate and stall more time, we know this is just a matter of time before BLG get this win.
This one's going to be in the books here. Chalitza goes in, but he can't even find the knockups. And aiming just says, there's no way back to the fountain for you, my friends. Team, the only one to survive. The Nexus turrets will fall. And BLG, as the favorites in the game, they take an expected win, but importantly, a dominant win over TT.
Exactly, and when we look at standings, because, right, we're going into week 8. We only have 3 weeks of LPL left.